Hello guys, so this is Romella and welcome to my YouTube channel. So for today's video guys, about my culture shock when I was in Germany. So sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, 3 months lang po ako doon sa Germany. Start for number 1, but before that, sa mga hindi pa po nakapag-subscribe sa YouTube channel namin, guys, you can subscribe down there and you can drop your comments. So suggestion, ano man yung gusto nyo sasabihin sa akin, sa amin ni Lucas. So in the future, ano yung mga gusto nyo, mga content na expected, ano yung mga expected content nyo na gusto nyo makita in the future. So for now, LDR pa kami. So ayan, pagtsagaan nyo muna yung mukha ko, yung makikita nyo palagi. Number 1, nung dumating talaga ako sa Germany guys, first ko talagang napansin is sobrang lamig guys, as in malamig siya, tapos parang kahit na naka-jacket ako that time guys, grabe malamig pa din siya. And anong tawag nun, binigyan nila ako ng heater that time, but then hindi pa rin tulad dito sa Philippines kasi nga diba, electric fan or aircon, kung mayaman ka aircon, ganun. Marami kang pambayad ng kuryente. So doon kasi guys, yung mga nasa bahay nila is not aircon but heater. So, ayun, yun yung mga nasa bahay nila. And second one is that wala akong nakitang basura when we are riding or when we are traveling going to their house. So, kasi nga guys, sinundo kami ng parents niya doon sa Netherlands. So, naglanding kami sa Netherlands from Philippines, from Manila to Jeddah and Jeddah to Netherlands or Amsterdam. So, hindi kami nag-direct ng Germany guys kasi nga yun na yung pinakamura. Sabi ng fiancé ko, yun na po yung pinakamurang ticket papunta doon sa kanila. And yung parents niya yung bahala para sunduin kami sa airport ng Netherlands. So, that time guys, actually malaki yung nabayad ng parents ni Lucas pala sa paghintay sa amin sa airport. Kasi nga ang tagal naming nakalabas kasi nga yung luggage namin, hindi namin alam kung saan na yun napunta. Kasi nga doon sa Netherlands, merong guys, passport checking ba yung tawag nun. And na-delay kami doon kasi nga almost 2 hours kami doon or 3 hours kami. And marami ding tanong, sino daw pupuntahan ko, ilang months daw ako mag-stay doon, bakit ako mag-stay doon, sino mag-support sa akin. Daming mga question doon sa Netherlands. Actually guys, yung sa immigration talaga dito sa Philippines, wala ako masyadong question. And sa mga nagtanong pala guys, ano yung mga question dito sa immigration sa Manila, about lang naman first time ko bang mag-travel, sinong pupuntahan ko, sinong kasama ko mag-travel ngayon, tapos sinong sponsored ko, sinong nag-invite sa akin, saan ako nakatira doon, ganun yung mga questions sa akin. So, actually hindi tayo nakafocus dyan. So, third kong culture shock is, kung sa Pinas guys, magmano tayo sa mga nakakatanda or like in-laws natin, ganun. Nung dumating ako sa guys, sa Germany, instead na magmano ako sa kanila or magtawag doon, bless ba yung tawag nun, or mano na lang, in short, in Tagalog na lang tayo guys. So, ang ginawa kasi ng parents ni Lucas guys is, hinag nila ako, tapos, so ito yung video dito guys, wait lang. So, ito yung video ng first meeting namin ng parents ni Lucas. Tingnan dito. So, yan. And of course guys, syempre nabigla ako kasi diba culture natin dito ng mga Filipino na pag once na ino na natin, hindi sila tatawagin sa pangalan nila. So doon guys, okay talaga guys, natawagin mo sila sa name nila. So nung dumating ako that time, hindi kami masyadong nakapag-talk kasi nga pagod ako. How many days? Kasi 2 days kami nag-travel ni Lucas that time. So pagod ako and pagod din si Lucas. So pagdating namin nagluto yung parents niya ng food and expect what? Anong niluto nila guys? Actually, nung first akong dumating doon, ang niluto nila sa akin, I expected rice na yun. I expected rice, but hindi kasi guys, hindi kasi nila culture na talagang rice palagi, ganun. So, pagdating ko doon, tinanong naman ako kung ano yung gusto kong pagkain. But, sabi ko kung ano nang meron. Kasi nga ayaw ko din naman, nakakarating ko lang doon, sabihan ko na sila, ganito yung gusto kong pagkain, ganito, ganyan, diba? So, parang naman yun, parang hindi maganda. So, ayun, sabi ko sa kanila kung anong meron, okay lang naman sa akin. So, ang niluto nila that time is pasta. Pasta with meat, ginaling na meat siya guys. Para siyang spaghetti, pero ang nakakaiba lang, diba yung pasta na ginamit is yung spaghetti, yung pasta dito sa Philippines na ginagamit natin pang macaroni or pang salad. So yun, move on about my fourth. So pangapat. So fourth, culture shock po nung dumating ako sa Germany. Yung water nila guys is iba talaga yung lasa. Iba kasi meron silang mga flavor na ganun guys, hindi ko alam. Meron silang medium. Meron silang medium, meron silang natural. Tingin ko kasi doon, ang binigay ni mama niya sa akin is water. Kasi sabi ko, anong tawag nun? I'm thirsty. So binigyan niya ako ng water. Sabi niya ito yung water. And I was excited to drink the water without knowing that water is a sprinkle water. So kasi nga yung sprinkle water is like Sprite siya dito sa Philippines, pero hindi lang siya matamis. Para siyang may gas, parang ganun. As you can observe yung Sprite, di ba? Pag inumin mo siya, parang ano dito sa lalamunan mo. And imaginein mo yung Sprite, hindi siya matamis. So ganun yung lasa ng sparkling water. And of course guys, kasi nung kumain kami, syempre uminom kami ng soft drinks that time. We drink soft drinks, tapos I just noticed the Royal, which is Fanta in German. So Royal is Fanta in German. So pagkainom ko ng guys ng Royal, una ko talagang napansin is yung color talaga ng soft drinks, which is color yellow siya doon sa German, and dito sa Philippines is color orange, tama ba? So ito yung difference niya. Ito yung Philippines and Philippine na orange or Royal, and ito yung German na Fanta or Royal. So guys, iba din yung lasa, as in feeling ko lang nga sa akin, ng opinion ko, yung Royal doon sa Germany is pure na pure siya. Wala siya masyadong sugar. Less sugar talaga siya. And dito sa Philippines, masyadong matamis talaga siya. Yun naman para sa akin, yun lang naman ang difference nila. And okay, so dun guys, pag once na mag-shopping kayo sa mall, dadalhin namin yung mga bottles, like yung mga empty bottles. Alam niyo naman yung mga empty bottles ng Coke, empty bottles ng Sprite. Meron din silang Sprite doon actually. Yung mga Sprite, tapos mga soft drinks or mga waters, mga bottle na empty. Pagpirahan yun. So alam niyo kung magkano yung isang bottle, empty bottle? Ano lang naman siya guys, 50 cents. 50 cents, euro siya. So, meron kang dalawang bottle na empty bottle. So, meron ka ng 1 euro, di ba? Meron ka ng 1 euro. So, yun, hindi sinasayang yung mga bagay doon tulad ng pagsayang niya sa char. So, yun. Anyway, guys. So, actually, antok na ako pero kailangan ko tong tapusin kasi nga ang tagal na tong video na to, hindi ko pa siya nagawa. So, yung mga plastic doon, guys, pwede mo talaga siyang mapagpirahan. And most of the time, guys, pag once na nasa train kami, merong mga taong nadadala ng bag, backpack, ganun. Pinapasok nila doon yung mga empty bottle na iniiwan ng mga pasahero sa train. So, pumupunta sila sa garbage area, which is sa train kasi guys, merong mga garbage, and doon nilalagay nila yung mga pwede nilang ma-recycle at saka pwede nilang mabenta. Basta ganun para ma-exchange nila ng pera. So, yun din yung mga pamumuhay ng ibang German doon guys. So, kung sasabihin nyo, meron bang mahirap doon sa German? Tulad dito sa Philippines? And yes, of course guys, meron din mga mahirap doon. Tulad din naman dito sa Philippines. So, ayan. So, hindi ko na numberin yung mga culture shock ko. Next naman na culture shock natin is yung wala silang baggers sa mall. So, ito yung number 1 ko talagang pinagtaka when I was go with his parents, going to the grocery store. Kasi nga, pagdating namin doon, kailangan namin mag-grocery, diba? Kasi sabi nila, ano daw gusto kong kakainin, ganito, ganyan. Kasi ayaw din nila na, mag-adjust ako masyado sa mga foods nila. So, sabi nila, bilhan ka namin ng mga gusto mong pagkain. So, ayan, we go to the mall, and I noticed na yung meron sila is cashier lang talaga. So, sabi ko sa kanya, bakit walang bagger? Hindi ako nakakita ng bagger. Sabi niya sa akin, ano yung bagger? Sabi ko, the one who will pack your things, the things that you buy, so sabi niya, wala dito sa Germany ng ganun. Sabi niya, yung mga grocery mo, ikaw mismo yung magpapak, ikaw mismo maglalagay ng things mo sa mga, ikaw mismo maglalagay ng mga gino-grocery mo sa cart mo. Tapos, ikaw mismo yung mag-check, ganun, kung nasa nasa loob na ba lahat, na-punch ba lahat ng mga item mo, ganun. So, wala talaga silang bagger doon. And of course, guys, next naman is, di sila mahilig kumain ng rice. Yes, hindi talaga sila mahilig kumain ng rice. And, nung nandun ako, guys, madalas silang kumain ng rice, like, 2 to 3 times a week sila kumakain ng rice. Pero nung hindi na ako nandun, like, once in a blue moon, char. So, in 1 week, maybe they gonna eat rice, or maybe not. It's depend, guys. Sa kasi nila, guys, hindi sila sanay kumakain talaga ng rice. And next naman is, time ng kain nila, iba talaga. So, halimbawa, guys, dito sa Philippines, we gonna eat like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning, and then our lunch is like 11 a.m. in the morning, and then our dinner is like 6 or 7. It depends on sa routine natin sa life, diba? So, dun kasi sa Germany, guys, napansin ko lang dun that time is kumakain kami like 8 a.m. pero bread lang yung kinakain namin for breakfast. And, pero sometimes kumakain din ako ng rice. Pag once nagutom ako, tsaka miss na miss ko yung rice, kumakain din ako. And, also, guys, magla-lunch kami ng 2 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and then wala na kaming dinner. Depende lang yun, guys, meron kaming dinner or hindi. Pag gutumin kami, guys, kumakain na kami ng bread or toasted bread. And, yeah, that's it. And, next naman is, yung guys, yung bulad doon, ang tawag nun, dried fish. So yung dried fish nila guys doon, kasi nga madalas kaming pumupunta sa Asian store kasi nga yung parents niya is mahilig din sa mga Asian food. So bumibili kami ng lumpia. Nung bumili kasi ako ng dried fish guys, hindi ako nakakita ng mga malalaking dried fish like dito sa Philippines. And pagkakuha ko ng dried fish na yun, yung comment talaga ng fiancé ko ni Lucas sa akin is that, "You gonna eat that one?" Tapos sabi ko, "Of course, yes. And in the Philippines, we eat this one. It's very delicious." Siyempre, di ba, ano siya, maalat. Tapos, alam niyo niya, yun talaga yung mga madalas na favorite talaga ng mga Pinoy, yung dried fish, di ba? Sabi ko, why? Why did you asking me if I gonna eat this one? Sabi niya sa akin, because here in Germany, that one, they gonna just give it to the cat or to the dog. Told him na it is very normal sa sa Philippines na kumakain kami ng ganito. And may mga malalaki din na ganito dun sa Philippines. And sabi niya sa akin, okay. Tapos, syempre, binili ko yun, guys. Kasi nga, di ba, wala akong nakitang dried fish doon na malalaki talaga. And only bulinaw na dried, basta only dried bulinaw yung nakita ko doon. And next naman natin na culture shock doon, guys, is, tapos naman natin yung okay lang tawagin ko yung in-laws ko ng directly to their names. Pero guys, actually, hindi talaga ako sanay. And I call them mama and dad. And they know it. And I asked them, sabi ko sa kanila, "Mom, dad, what you want me to call you? It is mom or what other call that your in-laws gonna call you?" Tama ba yung grammar ko? Kasi nga para maintindihan naman nila, diba? Tapos sabi ng mama ni Lucas, it depends on you. You can call me yung name niya, guys. Sabi ko, no, I'm not comfortable because in the Philippines, our culture there is that when we get married or something like that, when anong tawag doon? Basta yung pag-explain ko, guys, pag once na they are your future in-laws, you're gonna call them as like your mother and father. So you're gonna call them mama and dad. So ganun yung pag-explain ko sa kanya. Basta guys, huwag na kayong magano sa grammar ko, guys. Hindi naman ako English speaking. So ayun. And sabi niya sa akin, okay, why not? It's as like my parents also. Tapos ayun, sobrang sweet nila, guys, and I was so amazed, and also I was overwhelmed because they are so kind to me. They accept who I am, and they really adjust. That even they can speak English, but Lucas' mother did it so much. Kahit hindi kami masyadong nagkaintindihan, sometimes like kasi not all of the time maintindihan kasi nila, guys. And one of the things na appreciate ko sa kanila, guys, they do their best so that I will not gonna be feel boring, I will not gonna be feel lonely, I'm not gonna be feel homesick. So they do everything, guys. They gonna ask me every day where you want to go, where you want, where you want to visit, ganon, you want to join with us or you want to go with us doing grocery, like that. Every day, guys, they asking me like that, and I really appreciate it. And so mom and dad, I know that you're gonna watch this video. Thank you so much, mama and dad, for taking care of me just like your daughter. Yeah, thank you so much. So and next culture shock do I have in Germany is that every Sunday, all of the establishment, I mean not all, I think, but yeah, some of them is open, but most of them is closed every Sunday, guys. And people there don't have work, so most of the time every weekend they are staying at home, family bondings, and then they gonna go somewhere, traveling somewhere every weekend. They can do that, like that. So napansin ko lang, guys, when it's Sundays, when it's already Saturday there in Germany, Lucas said that we need to go grocery today because tomorrow there's no grocery store. And I think that why they gonna be closed. And Lucas said that yeah, they're gonna be closed. Here in Germany, every Sunday the mall is closed. And when you want to go somewhere, you need to bring some foods of you because you are not sure if some food stall there or some food places gonna be open. So like that, it's better to be prepared. And pansin ko lang sa German, guys, sa mga German people is they are always ready. They plan everything. They are very organized. Yeah, for example, they have travel for next year. They plan everything for the next year. They gonna do budgeting on it. They gonna think where they gonna go. Yeah, everything is very organized, and that's the things that I really like to the German people, especially to my fiance. And hi to you. Anyway, guys, next naman natin na culture shock is you need to get your own gas. So ayun, because they have cars, and most of the time Lucas drive when I was there. So sabihin ng parents ni Lucas, not all the time when I'm not there yet, Lucas drive car. So I think that's the time that Lucas driving a car when I was there already. So kasi minsan, guys, marami kaming pinupuntahan, like going somewhere ni Lucas. So maubos talaga yung gas nila. And pag once na magpapagasolin sila, guys, they brought me with them. I mean, yung parents niya. Kasi minsan si Lucas, hindi ako makasama kay Lucas. It is because Lucas gonna go to school and going to work. And it's very a long day for me because Lucas gonna go to the school at 5 a.m. in the morning. And then Lucas gonna go back at home like 9 p.m. in the evening, so it's still really a big it's a really long day for me, and it's make me so tired, especially, guys, the weather is very cold for me. 3 months you can't really adjust for the weather there, guys. Actually, no, hindi masyadong ma-adjust ng body natin yung temperature that they have there because my body is really get to use the hot temperature here in the Philippines. So pala guys, is yung papa niya talaga yung kasabay ko. Mag-grocery, papunta ko saan-saan. Kasi dalawa lang kami maiwan sa bahay guys. Yung mother ni Lucas is going to work and yung dad niya kasi is nag-stay home siya for work, working for his artwork. So ayun, most of the time kami magkasama, tapos hindi kami magkaintindihan because Lucas' dad didn't speak English actually, and we need to speak German each other, and then the most challenging moment guys, we just do the sign language because hindi talaga kami magkaintindihan, and then we use translator, phone, we use phone, nung first week, second week, like that, third week, ganon, we use phone for translation, like I gonna speak in the phone, and then I gonna translate it in German. It is because we can't understand each other talaga guys, especially pag once we gonna cook something, and then dad gonna ask me, oh, can you do this one, and then I don't know how to understand it because I don't have knowledge in German that time, you know, and I'm not started attending the school, I mean the free school wherein I've been there for like 2 months, I think, I don't know, I can remember ilang months pa ako doon nag-attend sa language course na yun for immigrant people. So sumama lang pala ako sa mga immigrant from the other countries kasi nga pwede naman, and inalaw nila ako na sumama or mag-join sa kanila just to learn German, diba? So it's very challenging talaga guys, yung hindi nyo alam how do you can express your feelings to each other, towards each other, because we don't know how to speak with him. Hindi ako pwede magsalita ng English because dad can't understand English, and dad can speak German to me, but dad can't expect that I gonna understand what he said. So that's the very challenging for me. So ayun, yun guys, nung nagpagas kaming dalawa ni dad, yung daddy ni Luca, no people in the gas station. I mean, meron silang office doon syempre, diba? But in the gas station mismo, there's no one na magpapump ng gasoline mo. There's no one in charge there that gonna give you the gas or they gonna pump the gas for you. So I noticed that that Lucas' dad's going out, and then he said to me that I gonna stay there inside. And then I just observing the time. So he get the pump yung sa gas guys, and then siya mismo talaga nagpump sa gas. Paano na kaya hindi mo alam paano magpump ng gas? wala ka ng gasoline or something gas. Kasi nga doon sa Germany guys, pwede kang gumamit ng gas, pwede ka rin gumamit ng gasoline. So depende yung sa gagamitin mo. Kung dito sa Philippines, Crodo, ano ba yung tawag doon? But start sa McDonald's. Kasi yung McDonald's is one of my favorite anong tawag doon? Kainan guys, doon kasi yung paborito ko talaga, McDonald's, or dito sa Philippines, favorite ko dito is Jollibee or Mang Inasal. Ayan, dalawa na yun. So doon guys, walang Mang Inasal, walang Jollibee. So ano bang meron doon sa doon sa Germany? Meron silang McDonald's, meron silang KFC, meron silang Subway. So I don't know, yan lang tatlo yung alam ko doon guys. Pero what you can expect in McDonald's, kung dito sa Philippines, sa McDonald's dito sa Philippines, they have rice, and they have chicken paa or chicken thigh or chicken wings they have here. So when you are going to Germany and eat in the McDonald's, please don't expect like me na meron silang baligyang, meron silang binebentang rice or chicken thigh or chicken wings or ano ba yung mga ibang chicken na meron tayo dito sa McDonald's. So ayun guys, grabe, excited akong kumain sa McDonald's because I expected na merong rice, merong ganun. Tapos guys, pagdating namin sa McDonald's, kasi yung order ka din, meron kasing two ways of ordering. Pwede ka mag-direct sa counter, pwede ka mayroon silang screen doon, tapos pwede ka mag-order. Sabi ko sa fiancé ko, sabi ko kay Lucas, I want rice, I want chicken. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, what kind of chicken? Chicken nuggets. Sabi niya, chicken nuggets. Sabi ko, no, the chicken wings or chicken thigh or what kind of chicken that available there. Sabi na, no, there's no like that here. And then, sabi ko sa kanya, rice na lang and then chicken nuggets. Sabi niya, rice. Sabi niya sa akin, rice? Parang ganun. So, parang nabigla siya. And sabi ko sa kanya, yes, rice. Sabi niya, is there a rice in McDonald's in the Philippines? Sabi ko, of course, yes, they have rice there. Sabi niya, no, here in Germany, there's no rice. Tapos, ayun guys, dahil sa expect ako guys, syempre na parang na-down ako kasi nga iba gusto kong kumain ng rice, ganun. Tapos wala pala. Tapos, paiyak na ako that time, sabi na, we can cook rice in the house na lang. Bawi dyan. Tapos, ang in-order na lang niya sa akin that time is chicken nuggets, tapos burger. So, nandun lang talaga guys, chicken nuggets, burger, tapos ano pa yung ibang mga klase na basta wala silang rice, and wala silang And sa KFC, meron silang chicken, pero wala silang rice. So, ayun. So, pag pumunta kayo ng Germany, don't expect na merong rice sa mga ganun na establishment. So, wala ding Jollibee doon sa Germany. So, yun yung mga wala doon sa Germany, saka yun yung mga wala dito sa Philippines, at saka meron doon sa Germany. So, hopefully guys, you enjoy watching this video, and if you have many suggestion or question, you can also comment down below, and I'm gonna try my best to answer you guys. As I said, my schedule is very small right now, and actually it's already 9:52, so I need to sleep because I still have work tomorrow. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my video guys, and this is just my culture shock when I was in Germany. So I mean, it's not so much because I just there in Germany like for 3 months. So what you can expect when you are living in Germany for 3 months, diba? So ayun, yun yung mga masasabi ko lang sa inyo guys. If you are going to go some other countries, you need to prepare yourself to adjust first the food, for the food, and then the nature, the culture of course, and there's a lot of things that you can adjust. And sa mga Pinay dyan that going to Europe, so good luck sa inyo guys, and hopefully you can adjust very fast. I mean, you can adjust the weather, just not like me. Ang tagal ko talagang naka-adjust ng weather nila. And yeah, this is the end of my video guys. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye everyone.